knowing the authority you use. Ooh. There are many authority. The Bible said in the book of Acts, indeed, there are many lords and many what? Gods. It said, indeed, Paul said, there are many lords and many. Amen. So we must know, the Bible said, we want to know the authority that we use. Knowing the authority that you use. And this is a very, very important process. If not, you might find yourself like the sons of Sceva, trying to use authority, but do not have the right what? Authority. You want to make sure you know the authority that you use. It is very, very important if you're going to apply or you're going to use it for application. If you're not planning to use it in your life, it doesn't really matter to a certain degree. But if you are planning to use it to navigate your life and to do certain things, you better make sure you know the authority that you use. When you come to works, it is imperative you understand this process. One day as Jesus was instructing the people in the temple porch and preaching the good news, the gospel, the chief priest and the scribe came up with the elders, members of the Sanhedrin, and said to him, "Tell us by what sort of authority you are doing these things." Amen? Or who is it who gives you this authority? We want to know which authority you're using and where did you get it from? Jesus himself said in the last days, they're going to do all kind of counterfeit miracle. Here's the question. By whose authority? Amen? And where did they get it from? You see, if you don't understand this, you can end up following the wrong authority. The Bible itself said there are many lords. Lords mean owner. Different entity that owns specific thing. So you need to also know, you understand? When someone or something is a lord, lord of what? You understand? Lord of what? Amen? In the name of Jesus. You see? So they pose an excellent question. It was a brilliant question. They clearly see he's able to do amazing things. So the next posture, which is intelligent, was, okay, by whose authority are you doing these things?
What are you subject to?
How do you do this? And who give it to you? Authority, remember I said last week, always come from what? Somewhere or someone. They weren't foolish. They realized, just like the centurion, that he had what? Authority. But I want to know whose it was. And how did he get it? In fact, how Satan catches a lot of people. In fact, Satan was offering Jesus what? Authority. He said, I will give you, you understand, power, dominion over all this. He has authority. You understand? In some areas, what he tries to do and bamboozle man is pretend he has authority what? Everywhere. And that's not true. I'll give you an example. If a police officer is a police officer in Quebec and he comes to Toronto, can he exercise his power? No, he's out of his what? Jurisdiction. Is trespassing. He has no power outside of his what? Area. If a police officer is a police officer in the United States and he comes to Canada, can he exercise his authority?
No.
We don't recognize him at all. He's just a civilian to us. His authority is only good where? In where he was given the authority and within the boundary that he was what? Placed or stipulated to stay within.
It's like the American can't go over to Mexico.
Perfect. Your authority is only according to the jurisdiction. Amen. Paul wanted to go to Asia. He said, I asked 3 times. Christ go up. You're not authorized to go in such place. No. You can't. You see, a lot of times, some of us go and try to exercise authority outside our what? Jurisdiction. It doesn't work. It will not work. No more than an RCMP can go to the States and exercise his power. He is not recognized. He can't even carry firearms. It's not recognized. Your authority is within your jurisdiction. understand it.
It's like your badge doesn't mean anything.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And this is where the sons of Sceva run into trouble. They wanted to walk in authority, but they had what? No authority within that jurisdiction. They got Christ, I know, he's authorized. Paul, I know. You're not authorized to be here, to come telling me stuff. You have to know. So, if you understand this process and you look at the question, the question was posed in brilliance. Look at the scripture carefully. And said to him, tell us, by what sort of authority you are doing these things? You're doing amazing things. How come? And where did you get that power? Where did you get that kind of authority to raise the dead and open the eyes of the blind and heal the leper? This is the very authority the centurion say. You have to recognize this. As we get into this series, you're going to understand the importance. And every time you lose sense of this, you're going to realize why you don't have power. Every time you lose the order, how this process works, you will lose the ability to have power in your life or in the situation or circumstance. You must be absolutely clear in this process. So we're going to take our time and try to absolutely understand how to position ourselves to operate within authority. If a police want to stay being effective, he stay within his what? Jurisdiction. He stay within the boundaries and the mandate of his authority. Every authority is distributed or placed upon you within certain boundaries, principles, and so forth. And when you violate those, you typically lose it or it be ineffective. He replied to them, I will also ask you a question. Now he's playing with them now. Now answer me. Was the baptism of John from heaven or from men? Where did John's authority come from? Was it from heaven or was it from men? Either you want to know how I am doing these things, well, I have to ask you. Where did John get his authority from? In fact, before you're going to do anything with anyone, you should try to find out this very question. Where do the authority come from? You understand? How did they get it? And how are they doing these things? Hallelujah? So Jesus posed a question to them too. And verse 5 said, and they argued and discussed it and reasoned together with themselves, saying, if we reply from heaven, he will say, why then did you not believe in him? So if it comes from God, then why aren't you believing? So they're reasoning in themselves now. And verse 6 said, but if we answer from men, all the people will stone us to death. Amen? For they are long since familiar, convinced that John was a prophet. So if they say from men, the people are going to kill them for blaspheming against John. And if they say it's from heaven, they're going to get thrown out for disobedient. Why didn't they obey John? Because when John was preaching repentance, they weren't what? Listening. So if they say it's from heaven, they directly resist the authority of what? God. If they say from men, the people believe John came from heaven, was sent by heaven. Then the people will stone them. So they decide they're not going to answer. So they reply, amen, that they did not know from where it came. They decided to play the safe. They didn't choose any side. Amen. Then Jesus said to them, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. Their question was brilliant, but Jesus played the hand excellent. You must understand, because in the last days especially, you're going to see this more than ever. You're going to see people do amazing things. You better ask good questions. By whose authority are you doing these things? And how did you get it? Keep this question in mind as we move through this series. Hallelujah. And people have the right to ask you these questions too. And you have the right to give a logical explanation. Or if they're trying to trick you like what Jesus did, ask them back a good question. Understand, Jesus was doing some amazing thing and he had amazing authority that was given to him. We need to see also how does someone get authority. God said, let us, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have complete what?
Authority.
So God gave man, the species, Adam, the humus man, what? Complete what? Authority. So man is supposed to be able to operate like who?
God.
Like Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to know where he get this authority what? From. In fact, Jesus just came to show him how he's supposed to what? Be. Man was fallen tremendously short of his potential. All authority was given to him over certain aspects of things. But he wasn't even running close to what he's supposed to be doing. So Jesus came to illustrate as a man, if we do it outside of a man, it excuses us to go what? Oh, because you're this, we can't do that. But exactly what happened here, Jesus is demonstrating now. This is the very question they're posing to him. The Bible said, complete authority over all the fish. Man have all authority over fish of the sea, birds of the air, the tame beasts, and over all of the earth, and over everything that creep upon the earth, he has authority over. You notice he don't have authority over his fellow man, or over God, the earth, or over the heavens. So he has what? Well, you notice we talk about jurisdiction, where his authority will what? Work. His authority does not work in heaven. It worked in the earth realms. Understand? I believe even Satan had they have a place where their authority works. But his authority is not supposed to work where? Here. This is why he needed to usurp and trick man. Because he needs to use whose authority? Man authority. He just needs to what? Control it. Yes. No more than man authority can work in heaven or in other realms that is not permitted, because it did not include no other realms. It was specific, the jurisdiction that a man authority operates within the boundaries. No more than American officer authority works here or Canadian works in the Bahamas. No more Satan should work here, or we can work in what? Their realms. We need to understand, or if not, you will misuse your power. Where you get authority from and what kind of authority you have. If not, you'll apply it at the wrong place at the wrong time and can put yourself and other people in great what? Danger. You need to understand within what territory or boundary or realms your power works. A Canadian officer need to know, or Torontonian officer, that when you go to Winnipeg, his authority doesn't what? Work. Jesus was operating authority, and they recognized that they wanted to know where did he get his authority and what kind of authority. We were given authority. And Jesus came to show us how that authority is applied and work. But you must bear in mind your authority have boundary. You have no authority in heaven. He didn't give you authority there. Amen. Under the earth, he didn't say no. Amen. Creep upon the earth. Jesus came to show us how to operate as Adam, the humus man. In this very authority that was given to man, Genesis 1:26, he goes, I needed to understand how it works.
So this is the reason why, because they can not come into our realm, they need to take up a body to have that authority on the earth.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And manipulate that body to use its authority for them. They're very good at doing that. Behind the scene control. But the authority, you understand? The badge of a Toronto officer doesn't work in Montreal. You show the badge, they go, what is that? Is that a joke? So they won't work up here unless they have a human and Adam badge. Because if you understand this, you know where they're not supposed to be. And you will learn how to do something that you have to learn to do. You must. To be effective. If not, you will not. This is why, as I said, the topic is called knowing the authority you use. Or you'll be trying to use authority that is in heaven, but you're living in earth. You'll be trying to use authority under the earth, but you're upon the earth, above the earth. It won't work. It will not work. You might put yourself and other people in danger. 2 points so far. Jesus was doing things by what? Authority. And they were interested, where did he what? Get it from.
Yes.
You are supposed to do things by what? Authority. And they should also be wondering, they shouldn't wonder, they should know, they should have known Jesus. They should be wondering or know where you what? Get it from. Can we catch the 2 points?
Yes.
He had authority. Allow him to do things. Without authority, you will not do anything. Not easy, especially.
Especially if you're leaving your jurisdiction.
Yeah, and I'm talking just in your jurisdiction. In your jurisdiction, without authority, you will not do what? Anything. Jesus had authority within the human jurisdiction, and he was very effective, kicking out everyone that's not supposed to be here. He was like, what do you call those immigration officer that always chasing illegals? One of his major tasks, beside the good news, you understand, was getting rid of all the what? Aliens. He was a serious immigration officer. He set out the 72 chasing out what? All the illegal forces that not supposed to be in this realms. They have a place. God made a place for everything. They're trespassing. But the new on the earth realms, human does not exercise much authority. They're like kids. And worse, they don't even give the glory to the commissioner, the high commissioner, who give them what? The authority. Because if you don't know you have authority, very unlikely you will give glory to the one who what? Give it to you. Hallelujah. You need to know you have authority. You need to know where it came from. The question was brilliant, I'm telling you. What authority you're using? How did you get it? So you literally should be able to answer, if I go to pastor, what authority? He should go, Hurt Ram's authority. That's his badge. I used the authority that was given to man in the Hurt region or Rams. Who gave it to you? It was given by the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen? You should be very clear with this. Very, very clear. Most of the foolish things we know, we shouldn't be knowing them. But we should be very skillful and good at navigating and applying what? Authority. Sometimes I watch the thing that full of human mind and I'm like, are you kidding me? Nonsense. But the thing you should know, how to use authority within your jurisdiction. That you need to absolutely grasp, comprehend. Good at. And please give thanks to the one that what? Give it to you. God didn't go, let's give them authority, but didn't left it open, let them guess to see where it come from. It's a Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So it was clear where our authority what? Came from. And clear where it can be used. In the hurt region. They give you what? The authority to exercise. You are their stewards of their authority. Sure. So the authority you are exercising is actually who authority? His. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. You didn't get that authority on your own. You are exercising. When a police carry out his job, the commissioner is supporting because he's working on the behalf of what? The commissioner. Right. You understand? He's not doing it on his own. Yeah. You understand? He's invested to carry out. He's like the fingers of the hand. You understand? So the whole body is supported within the realms that it must. So that's why that happened. So they're in alignment with you, or you're in alignment by them by using the authority that they give you. That's how you're in alignment. That they give. Amen. To exercise it within these. Right. Yes. The one who did God's bidding is mighty one. It's not us. Perfect. Yeah, the angel who does that.
Perfect.
They're called the mighty ones, his bidding angel.
Correct.
You understand? We have to deal with what's right here. You see, we're not fighting each other, remember, because we don't have authority to fight over each other. We're fighting all the illegals that is in our what? Realms.
Exactly.
All the, forgive me, this is a theology. Let's say like in Mexico, those that you see always get into the United States, and the United States always trying to round them up. Well, all the illegals that are from different realms that get into our, that's what we're dealing with. Consistently. They're always hiding in someone, in something, they're always hiding. You understand? Because they can't go in his realms. His realms is run too excellent. So they're looking for one. You understand? You know, if you know anything, you ever watch movies that they're like different precincts? I like to say something it's like the 14th precinct, but it's a rundown station. All the drugs, these things, and the cops are overrun by drugs and crime. That's the earth realms like. You understand? It's a rundown precinct. You see that those that was given all authority is not exercising what? Authority very well. And one of the reasons this happened, the first thing they did is fall out of alignment with the one who gives them what? Authority. The first thing they do is fall out of relationship with the command center.
Perfect.
You understand? So they have no support, no backup. When the crime starts to get out of control, they can call for reinforcement. Because they are in conflict with headquarters. Typically, when you are exercising authority, let's say the streets are getting out of control, you can call headquarters, and headquarters will send in the Marine or send in the reinforced, the quarantine, martial law. Man couldn't call. Not until Jesus came.
Yeah.
You see? So even though he's watching his realms, his authority getting overrun, he couldn't what? Call. Because he declared what? Independence. We are running our authority without any support. So we can deal with all the bodies that get kicked out of heaven all by ourselves. Even though we're not designed to deal with beings of them. They were here. And some of them are still here, many. But we have to what? Deal with them now. But we have no what? Support. No support. In fact, our authority has changed a little bit, the one we're talking about. Before was just earthly authority. Jesus' authority is two-dimensional. But we're still not fighting up there. We're still cleaning up here. Perfect. Those that are seated with him and ruling with him, those are, I believe, are dealing with those. Please understand two things I want you to get from this. You're supposed to authority was given to you in Genesis 1:26. Jesus, then notice in Luke 20, was exercising authority. That's how he was able to do the things he was doing. They wanted to know by whose authority he was doing it and where did he get it. Everyone is supposed to see you exercising a man. By whose authority are you doing those things? They clearly should see you have authority and want to know where you got it. When you start to understand this authority, you should start to operate like Jesus this way. Just like how Jesus was Jesus didn't operate outside of authority. He operated within the framework, the jurisdiction of the authority that was given to him. He stayed within those guidelines. And we have to learn how to do the same. When Jesus had finished these saying, the Sermon on the Mount, the crowd were astonished and overwhelmed with bewildered wonder at his teaching. He's just talking like one with authority. So he's doing he's just being what a human's supposed to be. He was being what Genesis 1:26 say he was supposed to be. Speaking as one. And look what happened. Verse 29 said, for he was teaching as one who had and was authority. Amen? And not as did the scribe. They speak, you understand? Like if they're not from the earth, what? Realms. They speak as someone without any what? Authority. Imagine, like how I have my children in the house. You understand? I don't beg my children to do certain things. They're what? Told what to do. Now imagine I'm going, you think you can help me here? You think you can take out the garbage? Maybe, please. If you feel like, maybe, if it's not too much trouble. And this is the kind of world Satan built. It's messed up.
The sheriffs are acting as if they're civilians.
Though the human species that was given authority is busy trying to control its fellow man instead of control the elements that was placed into what? His hands. He's busy feeling inferior. Do not understand authority. Do not give any praise to the one who gave him authority. As a result, he operates so little in authority that when he acts, he don't even act in alignment with authority. You see? And when he acts, authority is not applicable because he doesn't apply it appropriately. The Bible said, for he was teaching as one who had and was authority. Amen? And not as did the scribe. I was talking to my sister Nikki yesterday, and someone came to see her, and she just declared. She speaks as one with what? Authority. I was listening, I didn't say nothing, but I was like, that's in my spirit. I was just rejoicing. I was like, awesome. Awesome. You see, she had learned enough, for the Spirit of the Lord had fell on her enough, you understand, that she know to speak as one with what? Authority. This is why God can use many people. When they speak, it's like Moses, stand and see the salvation of the Lord. He exercised the authority. Now this just has to happen. God will reinforce it. Then he go, Lord. You go, what do you mean? You already did it. You already did it. Why are you looking at me? I give you authority. Me and you are in right relationship. I will reinforce that.
Hallelujah.
You see, you have to understand how to operate. You understand? You have to understand how you're supposed to do things. You have to believe in the way how you have to do things. Many don't believe in the very way that's supposed to make the human species or race work. Then they go, it doesn't work. I wonder why. You sabotage and stand against your own authority. Imagine a police, he has the badge and he got a gun, and he's supposed to go in there and he go, I don't believe the badge will work. I don't believe the gun work. Let me throw away the badge, throw away the gun. Then he go in there, beat him up. And he go, you see, I know. I wonder why. I wonder why. And that's man. This is where God always going, have courage. You have authority. Please have courage. Have courage. When you start to operate in the Spirit of the Lord, it will teach you how to operate with authority. Believe me, things will change. Your outlook will change. Your belief will change. How you apply yourself will change. And as a result, the results will change. You will get different results as you were intended and supposed to get. And God will get His glory. Because any authority you exercise, God gets what? Glory. And every time you don't exercise authority, God gets what? Shame. You understand? Many of us is like this. We have the badge, we got a gun. There's a situation. We go, when we see the situation, we drop the badge and the gun and we run in. Yes, I guarantee the enemy going, oh, those are your authorized workers. This is amazing. Look at them. The cops running from the thieves. The cops turn, drop, and run. So it seems like the illegals have more power. You have to get this into your spirit, man. This is the good news. Man will be able to exercise his authority because he is brought once again in right standing in peace with God. He will be able to exercise Genesis 1:26. He will be able to operate as one with authority, not like the scribe. Within his realms and jurisdiction, he just has to remember to give praise to the one who bestowed that authority upon him. Jesus was operating in authority. You need to know where you get that authority from. If you don't know it, go and read Genesis 1:26. You'll understand you were given authority and where it comes from. And then you need to understand the attributes or the way how to operate in authority. You must operate as one who has authority. You understand? This is why God and Israel was having what? Issue. Only two of them was operating with authority. Who are they? Joshua and Caleb. They had an authoritative spirit. The rest was operated as well. Like cowards, like if they don't have authority. You can't send them on a mission. They drop the gun and everything and run. They're supposed to protect the city. They rather left the city. And he has given him authority, amen, and grant him power to execute, exercise, practice judgment, because he is the Son of Man. So just like a man had got authority in Genesis 1:26, Christ was given what? Authority. Why was he given this authority?
Because he's the son.
Yeah, but no, to do what though?
To exercise.
Execute, like practice judgment. This is what man's supposed to be doing. Look at the situation and go, God made everything good. That's not good. Clearly that has been infected by some foreign force. You understand? Return to goodness and health in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'll say it different. Exactly the same thing. Return to good health by the authority given to me by the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Hallelujah.
I'll say it again differently. Return to good health by the authority that I've received. And if you go, where did you get that authority from? From the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Are you?
Amen. Oh, Jesus.
Are you understanding what? This hurt us to get clean up. But it won't get clean up until man understand what he got and start to do it how God intended for him to do it. This is why God gets mad at them in Psalm 82. He goes, have you look around? I have given you authority to judge, to practice, to exercise, to execute judgment. He said, I am calling on you to judge those who judge on the behalf of God. Look at the things around you. Did I make them this way? When I came and things was this way, I put everything back in what? Order. What do you think we're given authority for? First of all, we should not have got it messed up. First, it was to maintain what? Order. But we make a mess out of that. So that would get past that part easy. So why did Christ now bestow an authority upon us again? To what? Get back things into what?
Order.
It ain't for our good looks. The cops' cars are called what? Serve and what? Protect.
Put things into order.
Yes. They maintain the order, the functionality, the harmony, the peace. You have to understand. See, many people have authority but don't understand what it's for and how it works. You've got to be quite clear what you have got, who it came from, and how to apply it. The Bible tells me, and he has given him authority and grant him power. Authority is to grant you what? Power. To deal with the various tasks, situations, circumstances, conditions. Authority, you understand, is an investment of what? Power into you. Or an infusion of power. You see, many people go, I want power. I guarantee God asks, what you'll do with it? The first thing you should say what? Maintain your what? Order or peace. Exercise judgment. Righteous judgment.
Yes.
Then I guarantee. But many then go this way. Lord can have power. What you'll do? I'll get a car. I'll get a house. I'll get 3 wives. I'll get a couple of husbands. I'll get a boat. You go, what does that have to do with authority? You should ask me some greed. Because that's what you really want. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible tells us, and he has given him authority and grant him power. Now, why was he given power? Why did he need power? He didn't need no power if he didn't have nothing to do with it. What the Pharisees, you see, and them saw him exercising was what? Power. They could have asked him in Luke 20, hey, where did you get that power from? It's the same thing. By what power are you doing these things? And where did you get that power? Hallelujah. You have to understand what you're doing. This is part of maturity. We learn how to silence the inner critic. We learn how to stay clean. We learn about righteousness. We learn in the kingdom. Now you must learn how to apply the process. But you got to get it clear in your consciousness. You have to see it correctly. Stop mixing it up. You have to understand what you have received. Authority is power. And you have to understand what to exercise righteous judgment. And why? Because God made everything good. And everything has to return to what? Its origin. Good. It's good function. He didn't make this function. This function come because those that he put in authority was what? Not exercising authority because they were out of alignment with the giver of the authority. You know, sometimes I tell you, I do wonder I don't know what man is doing on this earth. There are some sons and daughters, those that are getting clear with these matters. But most, I believe, just kind of partying and having fun. Things are totally under control. Nobody getting in alignment to get things done. And then we get the world falling apart. I wonder why. I wonder, schools, guns, you know. It's just crazy. Crazy stuff. But my Jesus, and he has given him authority and granted him power to exercise, practice judgment. Because he's the Son of Man, very man. Who did he give the authority to?
Man.
Must be to angels. So if it was the angel, we are what? Excuse! But the authority was given to the Son of Man. You, me. And all Christ do, once he showed the proper way a man is supposed to be, then he does that. Then he did what? He passed the power. He go, okay, I'm going to walk in it first. I'm going to do the work, so I'm going to do an authority. Then once I've done the work, you understand? I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you it. I guarantee you, doing some of what I do. This is called checking for understanding. And then I expect you to what? Apply it. Because judgment begins in the police what? Station. The Bible says judgment begins in the church. In the book of Peter. Judgment begins in the police station. Not in the criminals out in the streets. Because they are only breaking the law because the police are not what? Doing the good things. Judgment begins in the station. So Christ told us about it. It's called the good news. He showed us how it's done. He checked for comprehension. And now he's looking for what? Application. And when he come back, what will he judge? Every man shall be paid, Revelations 2:23, according to how he has applied his what? His or her what? Authority. His works. What works? What is the work? Using one's what? Authority, which is this. Every time we use his authority, it shows there's a God of order, maintaining peace. Put the appropriate people, entity in place to make sure things function. Every time you see, man love to go, there can't be no God, how could things be so bad? Why don't we say it properly? There's a God who gives man authority, man neglect his authority, everything falling apart. Man, God should beat man. That's true. Because when the police don't do the work, they should remove the police. Court martial, lock them up, all kind of different things, right? But we blame God. We have a way of omitting our part, you know. The Bible says he has grant us power. We have a way I don't know how we do it, but we just kind of go, I'm without power. Look, see me, I have no hands. Look at me. You couldn't hold me accountable. By what finger shall I point? If you turn around, you don't need to see the back. We blame everyone and everything for not exercising the power, not to operating as one who has authority. Most of us don't even believe in the authority or believe in the one who gives authority. Then how can you exercise authority? You are granted power. He has granted you, Son of Man, power to exercise authority. They don't recognize me, don't recognize my authority, and it's even more crazy. They're trying to apply the authority. This is the Son's giver. Didn't recognize him, didn't have, and they tried to apply it. The demon go, oh, this is going to be fun. You are coming to kick me off the earth. But you are not even straight in your own territory. You know, the demon has beat them. They go, you are no better shape than me. I shouldn't be here. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm stronger. So I'm just going to beat you. And it beat them. Because the cops was not in order. And the demon is just simply stronger. Amen? You got Jesus. No, he's a real police. I can't mess with him. Paul, oh, he's Jesus' enforcer. Can't mess with him. You don't even know where you belong. You're not even sure if maybe you're a human or maybe you think you're alien.
No anointing of sonship.
Yeah, you know. So the demon just unleash a beating. I really want you, bunch, to know, amen, the authority you're using and how it works. You, people should be able to watch you and go, by what power do you do this? Where did you get that from? And you are supposed to consistently provoke that question in them because you are applying yourself, Matthew 7:29, as one who has what? Authority. You know, I was talking to a brother today, and the Lord was dealing with them last week, and he go, when you were talking, I felt like the Lord came through the phone and got all of us. It wasn't the man, it is the authority what? In the man. He said, I was talking to my brother, and I go, it wasn't seafood. It's like something just reach. What did reach? What is it? The authority.
Amen.
You have to understand. This is what's called, let's call it like the big sit down. Like when a child meets of age and you go, we need to talk. You know, before you just running out there with his friend, then one day he comes in and his father goes, sit down. And you go, uh-oh. It's that time again, yeah. It's that time for us to have that conversation. My father's son. And his days of running around with the girls are about to be changed. Because he's about to be, certain things that is about to be placed onto him. The hands is about to be laid. Yes, a scepter. Responsibility is about to be cast upon him. You understand? And he just know it's like, well, Paul said, when I was a child, I think and I reason. But now I become a man. He's about to enter manhood, the family business. This kind of message or administration of God, amen, it's about that level. Understanding you have been given authority, Genesis 1:26. Understand Matthew 7:29, to operate as one in authority. Understand you have been given authority, you understand, power to exercise righteous judgment. Please write that one too. Given authority to exercise righteous judgment, given power to exercise righteous judgment, and give praise to the one who gave it to you.